trust me, you are on the right track to becoming a driver. According to the Transport Act, it is driving to make a living. This career is getting better day by day. Day by day there will always be more people using the service. So prepare yourself to become a professional. You have received your driving license through transportation. It has nothing to say to you other than emphasizing or reminding you to be more professional. Whoever is more professional will be more likely to survive. As we said, drive a distance ahead of you to be able to stop the car safely. When it is necessary to stop, a distance of 2 seconds is the distance of a small car. If a big car is 4, 6 or 8 seconds, we can drive, therefore 30 kilometers. This is the braking distance. The decision-making stage is said to be the thinking stage. Think about the time when the engine is decelerated and then the brake is pressed, let's say 100 kilometers. When you pull off the accelerator and step on the brake, it disappears for no more than 0.75 seconds, because we tested it and it didn't take more than 0.5 when you pull the engine off and step on the brake, and it disappears for 0.75 seconds, which is equal to a distance of about 20 meters. But if it happens in 1 second, that's approximately 28, not less than 29 in 100 kilometers. If it's 80 kilometers, then 15 meters will be lost. This is a fairly certain distance. How much difference does a small car and a big car have in terms of distance? It's different in braking distance. Big cars are longer because they weigh more. Load weight is more than therefore, the braking distance will vary. As for the thinking distance, it's calculated to be 0.75. This is what we can think about. Take it as a reminder when we can drive. So at various dangerous angles we actually looked at curves. There are principles for driving in curves. Many people use a driving method called cutting curves because they see that it is fast and cannot cut curves quickly. There are the results of a study from abroad using a trailer to enter curves and exit curves using 2 methods. If you say that cutting curves is fast, use the curve cutting method. And another part uses a method called slow entry, using a speed of approximately 60 km per hour. Run into a curve with the same performance car. Entering the same curve at a speed of 60 km per hour. Cars that enter at a slow entry speed quickly exit. It can be faster than cutting a curve by almost 4 seconds, so it can be seen that going out faster is not more dangerous. Because cutting curves is dangerous. On the other hand, he couldn't come if there was speed. Before entering the curve it takes 1 second to stop at 100 km per hour, 1001, you try to calculate it. It doesn't brake. It was an accident. But if it cuts a curve and enters slowly, it will stick to the curve. There won't be an overshoot. Whether it is a curve called ostia or understeer, there will not be an overshoot. It will curve according to its own pattern. That is advice about entering curves and exiting curves. Use the slow entry method. That is, before entering the curve. You reduce speed. There are several ways to reduce speed. Just pull off the accelerator or tap the brake. I've reduced the speed. When reaching the center of the curve, the throttle is off. Enter slowly and use this simple method. The car will be faster and safer. It's the safest way. Enter slowly and exit quickly. Now, if you've already entered a curve at each curve, sometimes we plant lots of trees for beauty and for fresh air. But there are times when children skip at all. I saw that the car didn't come. Because of the child's blindness, the child looked through the trees and couldn't see the car. Then our car came at speed. He looked and looked but didn't see him, so he crossed over, but we had come just in time and the child would just cross over. It will collide. Therefore, if it is a so-called dead spot in a curve, we must reduce speed. The blind spot is that there are things that block our vision. Called closed curve, that is, unable to see, but if the curve opens, we can still see. While looking here, if we look straight and turn and encounter a tree, we cannot see. Our eye level is 75 degrees because we use our sensitivity. Cut off awareness, the awareness disappeared again. Therefore, the chance that it will be a sound point of danger will be high if it is a closed curve. It is often dangerous and will collide with each other. I came from Yuban the other day and there were 6 car crashes, 6 of them died. There were 6 monks in the van, which is big news. Other news happened around the corner. It was a student's motorcycle and a van coming around a curve like this. Actually, there were a lot of new trees that looked similar. This is where we collide. Because the driver didn't see him, he used speed but it wasn't very fast. But the child was only coming at speed. Therefore, the chance of this happening, the sad thing is that he had 2 children and both of them died. The mother came to testify and fainted. Really sad, but there were 6 corpses before it, so it was obscured here. You see, We don't see anything. This is the dangerous corner in the curve where it occurs. If it's a blind corner or closed corner, you have to reduce your speed only. Otherwise, the chance of danger is quite high. That is, let us think that the chance of danger is high. Even if the corner is a clear tree, there is a lot of opportunity for it to be obscured. So we have to be careful about this. Slow entry, fast exit is the nature of the curve. If we turn right, it will be a right curve and then a left curve. Because if we went to the right line, we were there and our view was closed. Therefore, when driving, we must widen our vision or perspective. Therefore, we must come and live in a wide area. When it's wide, we can see the back of the car. But if we were here, we couldn't see it at all. Whose lane is in it? Not sure what he'll do. The car may run into the lens. Therefore, we must be careful of ourselves. Don't let other people be careful. We are careful first. We are safe first. We are professional first. The dangerous angle from the curve is the same as we expected. What we don't see is what the blind spot is. The story of the blind spot: if there is a car in front of you, from another angle you will see it disappear again. So this is the angle where it's all gone. And we don't know how cars and people will cross from left to right. We can't see at all. Very limited in our vision therefore. The only thing we can do is when we are aware, we will reduce our speed. To avoid accidents that will happen.